welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my Thillerathon TBR, so stay tuned. I'm so excited to participate in Thillerathon again. This year it starts on February 15th, which is this upcoming Saturday, and runs through the following Sunday, the 23rd, I think. And this year I'm really excited because they are doing it with Clue. So each prompt corresponds to a different card. There are 3 character cards, 3 room cards, and 3 weapon cards, each with their own prompt. There are 2 ways to participate. You can either choose a different book for every single prompt, or you can double up on prompts with a single book. In my case, I have chosen a different book for every single prompt. Now, I know that I am absolutely not going to get through 9 books in a week. I just don't read that fast. I know this about myself, and that's okay with me. But what I've chosen to do is I printed out 2 of the Thillerathon pages, and then I cut out each card and wrote on the back what book corresponds to that card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these into 3 different mugs, probably, or maybe like a bowl or something, and then I'm going to pick out 1 character card, 1 room card, and 1 weapon card, and then read those books, and then repeat the process once I finish them. I'm very excited. I think it'll be a really fun way to do it. Let's get into what books I am planning on reading for this readathon. I'm going to start with the character cards. I have, like I said, written on the back what books go with them. So let's start with Professor Scarlet, which is the shortest thriller on your TBR. For this, I will be reading Behind a Mask by Louisa May Alcott. She published this book under a pseudonym, which I will put on the screen. I'm reading Little Women right now, about to finish it and loving it, and when I found out that she had a thriller, I thought, let's give it a shot. And it's only like 130 pages, I think, so it'll be really fast. I have it on my Kindle, but yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for that one. Next is Sergeant Mustard, the thriller with the creepiest cover. Now, I have 2 options for this because originally I was planning on reading False Memory by Dean Koontz, but this is a massive book. It's like almost 800 pages, I think, and I don't know if I'm feeling up to reading it. Plus, I've heard that his stuff can get really dark and really gory, which can be not so great for me sometimes, so I want to give it a try, but I'm a little bit worried that I'm either not going to like it or just going to feel like way too overwhelmed for this week to be able to read it quickly. So that's option number 1, is False Memory by Dean Koontz. But if I am either not liking it or decide that I just can't do the massive book this week, then I will pick up The 10th Girl by Sarah Faring. I saw this in my library today when I went to pick up some of my other books. It looked really interesting, and I mean, that's a pretty creepy cover. I don't know much about it, but I just thought it's a creepy cover. On the back it says, "A haunted Argentinian mansion, a family curse, a twist you'll never see coming, welcome to Vaquero School." So I love a good haunting book, and I thought I'd give it a try if I'm not feeling up to the Dean Koontz one. Next up is Dr. Peacock, the oldest thriller on your TBR, so I took that to mean like the one that's been on my TBR the longest. The one that I chose for that is The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn, and I don't have the copy right now. It's on hold at my library, and I have the audiobook on hold on my library's app, because part of this readathon I will be driving to Arizona, so audiobook will be a really good option because that is a long drive and I'll have a lot of time to listen to books. But I will also be with my sister, and scary books give her a lot of anxiety, so we might choose something different to listen to, but I'm getting the audiobook just in case. And next up, let's talk about the room cards. So first of all is The Study, which is a recommended thriller, and I'm waiting right now on my friend to recommend a thriller to me. So as soon as that happens, I will insert some footage or the picture of the book or something right here. Next up is The Kitchen, a trope you love, and for this I am choosing All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. And the trope that I love in this is that it's kind of unraveling an old mystery, which I always like. So they're kind of like looking back on this thing that happened a long time ago and trying to solve that mystery. The last room is the library, which is a new to you author, I had to remember. For this, I am choosing I'll Find You by Claire M. Polson. I've had this on my shelf for years and years. I'm pretty sure someone gave it to me for a Christmas or a birthday or something, but I've never read it, obviously, and as one of my goals is trying to read all of these books that I have on my shelf that I've never read, this will be really great. About this girl who saw one of her friends getting kidnapped and she vows to find him. And so now it's like years later and she's an adult and she gets this job and moves away from her hometown, and she thinks that she has found him in a prison. So it sounds interesting. I think it'll be really good. So last but not least, let's move on to the weapons. The first one is a hardback book, and that is the group book, which is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. And this sounds like really crazy and really fun, so I'm excited to read this one. Basically, it's this man who gets knocked unconscious and wakes up in like an alternate universe, basically, and he doesn't know which life is real and which one is a dream. The only copy they had at my library was large print, so it should be really easy to read. That one sounds really interesting. Very excited about that. Alright, the next weapon is The Candlestick, which is the newest thriller on your TBR. And for this, I chose Sydney Chambers and the Shadow of Death by James Runcie. I have been watching Grantchester on Amazon Prime and loving it, and so I added the books to my Goodreads TBR, and now I'm reading it, so I'm very excited. This is about a vicar in the village of Grantchester in the UK who helps solve mysteries, basically. So I think I'll have a really good time reading this. Like I said, I love the TV show, highly recommend it, so hopefully the books are just as good. Alright, and last but definitely not least is The Dagger, which is an author you've read before. So for this, I'm really excited about this book. It's called The Floating Admiral, and it's by Agatha Christie, Dorothy L. Sayers, and G.K. Chesterton. Now, I have read Agatha Christie, so that's why I'm counting it, but I have not actually ever read Dorothy Sayers or G.K. Chesterton, but I have watched Father Brown, which I love that show, and I love to read the Father Brown mystery books as well. This book is like a round robin, so basically each wrote a portion of the book and then passed it on to the next writer. They didn't talk to each other about what they were expecting out of the book or anything. They just started writing and then passed it around and got this book out of it. So I'm really intrigued to see like if I'm going to be able to pick up where the writer has changed, if it's going to be super noticeable, or if it's going to run smoothly. So I'm excited. It should be interesting. I know nothing about this except that it was written by a bunch of different people. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be a ride. I think it'll be exciting to see. Hopefully it'll be really good and I'll enjoy it. And that's all the books that I'll be reading for Thillerathon this year. Make sure you check me out on Instagram because I'll be posting updates there. I'll also be daily vlogging for this readathon, so watch out for that vlog and wrap up coming at the end of the readathon. And yeah, I'm really excited. I think it'll be so much fun. If you're participating in Thillerathon, please leave your links down below. I'd love to see your videos, your Instagrams, whatever you're doing to get involved. And I will see you guys with another video soon.